Hey there guys, welcome back to AFC Game by Game. This is my preview for our trip to Bournemouth this Sunday. A game that, I'm really looking forward to following the international break, but I think it would be wrong of me to say that I'm going into this game feeling unbelievably confident. After 3 draws on the spin in the Premier League, it's a game that I believe we've got to win. Given that we've got Spurs coming up next weekend and then we've got Man United after that, these are the sort of fixtures that we need to be picking up points in. And to go into those games having not won in a while is quite a daunting thought. So a win against Bournemouth would really put us on the right trajectory heading into those matches, but it's not an easy game. I mean, Bournemouth, you look at them on paper, it should be a straightforward 3 points, but the reality is, in the past 2 games we've played against Bournemouth, we've only picked up 1 point, and in one of those fixtures, we were 3-0 down at one point, so it's not an easy game for us. It's not a ground where we particularly have good fortune. At home against Bournemouth, it normally is a run-of-the-mill victory, but this is not an easy ground to go to. It's a team that we do struggle with away from home. They've got very good players, and they've started this season exceptionally. Players like Wilson, Ibe, Fraser, a very good attacking team going forward with a very resolute defence as well, and we are going to struggle in this game, I think. But that's only if we play in the way that we did against Wolves. That game was really quite unfamiliar given how well we've been playing in the past couple of months. But, I mean, I suppose those performances, given that we are a team in transition, those performances have to be expected from time to time. Wolves are a good side, a good attacking team, but the amount of chances that we gave away against them is deeply concerning heading into this match. If we start this game in the way that we did in that game against Wolves, then we will concede quite a few goals in this match, which is deeply, deeply worrying. If you look at the game that Bournemouth played against Man United not too long ago, granted they did lose that match, but in the opening half they could have had about 3, 4 or 5 goals. They really were that potent going forward, and if they start with that intensity and that intent going forward, then we are going to concede in the opening minutes, because we were so shaky at the back against Wolves. We really have to shore things up. I do want to look at that game against Wolves, and I do want to think that it hopefully was just a one-off. As I say, we are a team that are going through the motions at the minute. Performances like that are going to come up at some point, and given how well we've defended, I say that, I mean, we were defending a little bit better prior to that Wolves game. It's still, it's not there, I think that's evident, but given that things were looking a little bit more positive, with Rob Holding coming in, with Mustafi playing a little bit better, I am confident that we can go to Wolves and put in a decent defensive display. We should be able to anyway, with the calibre of defenders that we've got at the club at the minute. I know that might sound a little bit ridiculous, but given all your subjective opinions on our defence, I do think Mustafi's improved a lot this season. I do think the performances of Rob Holding have to be noted, and he's playing really well. It's the fullback areas that I suppose are a little bit worrying, given how poor Kolasinac was against Wolves, but then he put in that unbelievable display against Liverpool, so I'm more than willing to give him time, given that he's just come back from that injury, but he has to play a lot better in this game. Bellerin at right back, I think, is having one of his best seasons in an Arsenal shirt, so no real quibbles there from me. But I mean, we've got a few injuries. We know that Danny Welbeck's out. We know that Lichtstein is being assessed ahead of this game. Not that I think he'd start anyway, but it is quite worrying that we are having a few absentees, and with the news that Monreal is going to be out for another 2 weeks, especially with these bigger fixtures coming up against United and Spurs, that is a little bit worrying. But I do hope that someone like Kolasinac will be able to perform to the level that we know he's capable of performing to. Given that game against Liverpool, I'm definitely looking at that, and if he can play that well against someone like Mohamed Salah, then I'm pretty sure that he can do it throughout the rest of the season, and I'm hoping that that game against Wolves was just a blip. Now, one thing that I've seen going into this game, and that I've seen mentioned in the past couple of weeks that I think is really interesting, is Arsenal adopting a 3-5-2 formation, with Lacazette and Aubameyang playing as the 2, Kolasinac and Bellerin playing as the wide men, and then a back 3 of something like Monreal, Holding, Koscielny, Mustafi, Socrates, whatever 3 you want to put at the back there. And it is a really interesting formation. It's certainly one that I think is worth considering. When you look at the calibre of players we've got, it would be more, I guess, a more 3-4-1-2. So you would have the fullback, the wing backs, and then you'd have a midfield 2 of Torreira and Xhaka, as Ozil playing his favoured number 10 role, and you would get the width from the fullbacks. It's just a defence where I suppose questions would be asked. But it's a formation that I don't think Emery will play anytime soon. I know that he's very regimented to this 4-2-3-1 formation that we know Arsene Wenger love to play in, and it should come as no surprise that Emery wants to play in that system as well. But I do want to see him shake things up a little bit. We've only played with a back 3 once this season, and where we've got games coming up in the Europa League against Karabag, etc., I would like to see us play with a system like that, just to see if it can work. Of course, the squad's going to change. We're going to have players rotating in and out, but it would be interesting to see how someone like Kolasinac would perform in a wing-back role, where he can get that attacking potency going forward. The same with Bellerin, and then the midfield 2 of Xhaka and Torreira. It shouldn't affect them too much. And then a back 3, which we know works so well for us at times in previous seasons. So it's definitely something worth considering. And as well, I think the most important thing is it allows Lacazette and Aubameyang both to play in a central role, which is something we all want to see, because Aubameyang on that left-hand side, He is dipping ever so slightly out of form, which is worrying. Him and Kolasinac on the left, I don't think is a realistic option going forward in the long term. And I do want to see Aubameyang getting more essential positions, and it's frustrating when we're having to rely on him to track back in that left wing role. But going into this game, my team lineup, it's a tough one. I'm not too sure what he's going to be, to be honest. I'd be sticking with Leno in goal, given how well he's playing, given how exceptional he was in the game against Wolves. Bellerin at right back, and then I'm assuming it'll be holding Mustafi or holding Socrates, and then at left back Kolasinac, midfield 2 of Xhaka and Torreira. On the right wing, I mean, not Mkhitaryan. He was really frustrating for me against Wolves, and he's a player that I think deeply has to improve this season. Mesut Ozil playing in that number 10 role, and then I guess Iwobi and Aubameyang playing in that wide role. And I mentioned I don't want to see Aubameyang playing there too often, but we are so... we've just got so few wide options at the minute. It's a shame that we don't have Reiss Nelson, given how well he's playing at Hoffenheim, but that's one encouraging thing we can take going into next season, that we will have Reiss Nelson coming back, and then we're looking at him as a potential wide option. Should be a nailed-on starter from next season, given how well he's playing over there in the Bundesliga. And then up top, I'm guessing Lacazette. So it's a team that should be capable of beating Bournemouth, but it's not a game that we can take for granted. It's not going to be an easy game, but given that we've got those tough fixtures coming up, it's got to be 3 points for Arsenal, and a good performance, a resolute performance. And having had the international break, I think that came at just the right time for us. The squad was starting to wane a little bit in that game against Wolves. I think that was evident, but if we can get a good win on the board, then that will certainly put the game against Wolves out of our minds. And let's get back on another winning streak, because given how well we played against Liverpool, I don't want to put that out of my mind, because it does make me believe that we can beat the likes of Tottenham and especially Manchester United in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, anyway guys, I'm going to wrap the video up there. Please do drop a like on it if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to AFC Game by Game if you are new to the channel, and as always, I'll speak to you very, very soon. See you later guys.